first reaction?
Man.
What was the first
what was the first
number that like jumped out to you?
Riley Van Poppel, number 2.
Yeah,
that was the
wondering.
very first thing. We just had the summer of RVP. Okay,
we did.
Right? We went to the beach thinking about RVP. We were out at our kids' baseball games. It was all RVP all the time for me, especially after
Michael Severe.
I wasn't going to name names. I wasn't going to. He brought down the R. It was 3 tablets. One said R, one said V, one said P. Michael did. He's a strong man, so he can handle all 3. And so
he is a strong
man. This summer, that's all it was. And then to see that Elijah Judy, Jerry Judy's the wide receiver. Elijah Judy.
You made that mistake earlier in the summer, and Michael actually texted me making a joke about it. So nice job correcting yourself. You corrected yourself this time. He's probably going to give you credit and say, excellent job by Jack. Excellent job by Jack.
In any case, Elijah Judy, number 1. Well, he and I both made one mistake then. Cool, we're even. Anyhow, that surprised me.
It definitely did.
That was definitely a surprise. I was not surprised by a lot of people talked about like the tackle tie with Gatula and Pritchett, and like none of that didn't really surprise. The only thing that surprised me was maybe that
TJ Lateef. What about TJ?
You felt the momentum for that coming. I don't know.
That's what I said. I said yesterday, Jack, that if you would have told me a month ago that TJ Lateef was going to be number 2, I would have said, "Oh, that's interesting." By the time it happened, though, it was like I expected it to be the case.
Yeah, it felt
I thought he would be the number 2 quarterback. He had a really good camp.
Now, this is one of those deals where, God forbid, knock on wood, that if Ryle would really have a long-term injury, I wonder if they would think about which one they went to, like full-time.
I've been wondering the exact same thing, because I feel like the example that I gave yesterday was his helmet comes off, Dylan's helmet comes off, and so he has to sit on the sideline for one play. What would then, what would that mean? What would they do in that moment?
They put Gramstead in then, yeah.
That's my guess. They put Gramstead. But if he, knock on wood, let's say something really bad happens, I'm guessing that they go with Lateef.
Yeah, probably.
Are we being idiots with this? Because D'Lo, and I saw this a lot from people yesterday, the 4-star quarterback ahead of the 5'7", 145-pound NAIA kid? No way.
It changed. I mean, it changed, and I think we all said we're not that surprised. So.
I guess let me ask it this way: should this have been the expectation the entire time because he's a 4-star and the other quarterback is a former NAIA quarterback? Like, why are we surprised, or why would we have been surprised a month ago?
I don't know. I don't know if anybody redshirts anyone anymore, but that would be one reason. The potential that they maybe had him penned in for a red shirt and they can only play him so many games. That could have been one of the reasons. We haven't seen a lot of him, but and Lateef looked like fine in the spring game thing that he did, but I didn't watch him and like, oh, that dude's
number 2.
That dude's clearly the number 2 against an albeit NAIA guy who's thrown more passes than all the quarterbacks on this team combined 5 in games. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not shocked by it necessarily at all, but it did change. So I thought it was notable, but just because we bring it up doesn't mean we're shocked by every one. I don't think.
Fight says curious to see if they try to maintain his red shirt as the number 2 guy.
That's what I just said.
Jack,
yeah.
How often do we do the whole like, oh man, it could be him for this year and then him for this year and then him for this year? It's like, man, best laid plans are stupid. And I feel in this era of college football, just play the guy. Don't worry about red shirts. If you have a snap that needs to have the quarterback, put in your actual number 2 quarterback. Don't try to maintain a guy's red shirt, because you know what? The statistics say that half of this quarterback room is going to overturn anyway. And so that means that there's like a 50-50% chance, 50-50 chance that Lateef is going to leave anyway. So like, why not just put him on the field?
Josh, and the other thing I wondered is because they had Gramstead stay and they brought this Davila guy in from Purdue as well. It did make me wonder if how confident they were that he would be ready in the fall to be the backup.
How confident they were that Lateef would be ready in the fall?
Yeah. I mean, they keep all these veterans around. Well, Davila is not a veteran, but Gramstead around. And I think he's kind of there for both potentially being a backup and as kind of a coach on the field. But I don't know. Yeah, they didn't plan their roster like they were sure he was going to be the guy either, to be honest. So
Mark says, what are the redshirt rules? Redshirt rules now are you can play in 4 games in the regular season, and that still counts. Also, Jack, you can play in 4 games in the regular season and then in the postseason, and that wouldn't count against the 4. So let's say that Lateef played, You know, that let's just say he played in the next 4 games and then he didn't play in any other regular season game. If he played in Nebraska's bowl game, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't count against him.
Right. Yeah.